Most people aren't hard to outthink, not because they're stupid, but because they're predictable. Someone pushes a button and they react exactly the way you'd expect, every single time. And outsmarting them has almost nothing to do with being smarter. No higher IQ, no fancy degree, just a few habits that almost nobody builds. And to be clear, this isn't about manipulating anyone. It's about not being the one who gets played. So let's break this down. First, stop trying to be right all the time. When most people get disagreed with, they go to war. They argue, they dig in, and they try to prove the other person's an idiot. But trust me, you've never once watched someone get insulted into changing their mind. Sharp people get curious instead. They ask, what makes you see it that way? And when you stop pushing, people stop defending. Sometimes they talk themselves right out of their own position. Second, zoom out. Average people get trapped by the thing that's right in front of them. One bad day means life is falling apart. Pull back like a camera, and a catastrophe suddenly turns into a puzzle. Remember, panic solves nothing. Patterns solve almost everything. Third, a 2,000-year-old cheat code. Only spend energy on what you can control. You can't control whether it rains, but you can control whether you show up with an umbrella. Stop pouring energy into the uncontrollable, and you'll be shocked by how much energy you've got left over when it actually matters. Fourth, get comfortable with silence. Most people fear quiet, so they fill it and hand over way more information than they meant to. The person who talks less usually seems to know more, not because they actually do, but because every word was chosen on purpose. Fifth, and this ties it all together, pause before you react. There's a tiny gap between when something happens to you and what you do about it, but most people never notice it exists. But that gap is the whole game. There's an old line, the one who angers you controls you. Live in that pause, and nobody's got the handle but you. Underneath all five is one skill. Learn to think clearly by learning to write. I know it's underwhelming, but trust me, writing is thinking. The page won't let you fake it. And someone who can lay a messy idea out in a clean order on a piece of paper, almost impossible to push around. So the majority keep reacting. You'll be thinking. That's the whole difference. I want you guys to pick one this week. I'd start with the pause, but which one are you taking? All right, guys, thanks for listening. And by the way, if you want to hear more detail on this, go check out the actual full video on my channel. Like and subscribe. See you later.